with us on Fox Sports 1. The Atlas 150 from Iowa is underway. And off the start, Ruggiero trying to slide his way down to clear Zlisch for the race lead, but Zlisch has a great run off turn 2.
I was a little surprised that Gio took the outside. We didn't see any cars run that second groove.
Little bit of contact.
Getting loose.
Up the racetrack, here comes Sawalich on lap 1 to go from third to first to lead the opening lap.
Boy, both those young men wanted to fight for that lead and lost it. Yeah, our third place car, Gio Ruggiero, just drove by me. He was up a little bit high on the racetrack, maybe a little bit higher than anybody he had gone before, and he just lost control, made some slight contact with a safety barrier. There's Gio going by, and you see him up in the third lane. We haven't seen many cars do that at all, but he has pulled that car behind the wall.
It's Sawalich and Zilisch bringing us back down for the start.
Yeah, Sawalich brought him down really, really slow, and Zilisch is right there. Ooh, bumps, little contact.
Little bit of a shoulder there by Zlisch as now Ruggiero tries to get up to the back bumper as Zlisch off the corner, and Sawalich protects the lead.
We saw some contact, a little bit of smoke, about 5th or 6th in line.
On board with Gio Ruggiero, got a little bit tail happy getting back to the gas in 3 and 4, and they are 3 wide in the middle of the pack. Greg Van Alst at the bottom, Mason Mitchell up top in the 23, and that's Tony Breidinger right in the middle trying to find a safe place to race.
There's Christian Rose, you see that blue car right up ahead of another battle for the lead. Here comes Zlisch.
Inside car has been vulnerable of sliding up the racetrack. Zlisch doing everything he can to keep his car off trouble. Van Alst, Amber Balkan, and Marco Andretti in a crash in turn 4.
That's second and third, and points involved in this accident with Van Alst and Amber Balkan.
And the front end of Greg Van Alst's car, as well as the whole left side, is badly damaged. And for Amber Balkan, who just came back from that hard crash at Dover a handful of races ago.
Van Alst is on the bottom. Looks like he gets a little bit of a bump possibly from Amber and carries both of them into the outside wall, as well as the 17 of Marco Andretti.
That was the battle for 11th, 12th, 13th place, respectively, with more cars in the mix. Christian Rose, that may be a Reese's Sweet Move of the Race nominee right there. He just barely got by on the top side.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that one. Mason Mitchell as well, up out of the groove.
How about this ride with that of Mason Mitchell, his return to ARCA competition? Look out.
Well, he saw that he needed to give Amber some room, and he did, moved way up out of the groove. There's D.L. Wilson, the 39 as well. You could hear that car.
8 on the bottom, bringing us back into the restart zone. Another good launch by Zlisch as they approach turn 1.
And another bump as he tries to get position getting in the corner.
Zlisch trying to set up high. Look at Gustine up on the top side off 2 and nearly into the wall off the corner.
How about Ruggiero on the bottom? 3 wide pass per second.
Ruggiero to second spot, but Dean's got the momentum rolling on the top side as Zlisch tries to get back under, and Dean has to catch the car off 4.
Here comes Zlisch, great side-by-side battle entering turn 1.
Boy, Connor Zlisch has been swatting flies in his race car all night long as he's been committed to the bottom, and that time he can't draw even with the 20 in the battle for second as Ruggiero gets back to P2.
How about this move to the outside by Zlisch?
Kept trying to make the bottom work. This time he's going to jump up to lane number 2. And now Zlisch on the outside with Sawalich trying to keep pace down low. And as they come to the line to start lap 50, Connor Zlisch back to the point with Sawalich to second. Trouble in turn number 4, and it is a car that was running in the 3rd spot at the time. Our pole sitter, Gio Ruggiero, has backed it into the wall. Doesn't appear to be too much damage to the left rear.
I'm not sure there's any damage. He may have got that thing stopped before it got into the outside wall. He's going to give up all his track position.
We saw how loose this car was a handful of laps ago, right into the setting sun in turn 3.
You could hear the rear tires chatter as he got down in the corner, just got loose. This racetrack is cooling off a lot of the crew.
45 laps to go in the Atlas 150 here at Iowa. Zilisch and Sawalich again bringing us to the restart zone. No door banging that time.
Yeah, solid restart that time for Zilisch. It looks like Sawalich wasn't quite ready. Again, no restart zone here in the ARCA Menards Series, just a restart line.
Hard crash for Chris Wright in the 15, and piling in also is the number 93 of Cody Dennison in his first start for this race team in 2024. And both cars are badly damaged in 1 and 2. Let's try to take a look at what happened. Right side of your picture.
Right over there, that's where they are. Looked like maybe Chris was trying to get under the 93 of Dennison to put him another lap down. And they both make hard contact with the safer barrier.
To go in the Atlas 150, Zlisch and Sawalich, and now Ruggiero all over the backside of Zlisch, trying to propel him to the race lead in turn 1.
I tell you, that helped Zlisch, that push from Ruggiero.
Zlisch to the point. Sawalich able to hold on to second while Perez and Ruggiero fight it out. And here's a bump and run in turn 3. Sawalich shoves Zlisch aside to try to get the lead with 17 to go.
Remember, that's how that 28 car won the race here last year, was a bump on that.
Sawalich on the bottom, now washes up. They touch again on turn 2. Sawalich inside for the race lead, and he's washing up the hill with Zlisch trying to hang with him.
What a battle. 8 cars under a blanket.
Starting to see the left rear fender flap on Zilisch's car with all the beating and banging he's gotten as Sawalich tries to cement the lead off too, and we're still side by side.
It was Luke Fenhouse in that 28 car that moved Sawalich in overtime last year.
And after all the body slamming, we've been side by side for the last couple of laps, and Zlisch will defiantly hold on to the lead with 15 to go, with Sawalich now back to the bottom.
What a great battle between 2 teenagers here. We'll see if he can hold that car down on the bottom, not get loose underneath the 28 car. Yeah, that's
in trouble. LeVar Scott spins off turn 2.
You know what that means, don't you, Eric?
Another restart.
Another restart.
Scott was running in the top 10 at the time of the spin. No major contact for his Rev Racing number 6 car. And that will be caution. No 3, and things just tighten up way too much in turn 1. And Scott, who got up into some of that speedy drive from the crash that took out Chris Wright, boy, he tried to hang on for that car almost the full duration of the corner. Connor Zilisch and William Sawalich are going to make up the front row. Gio Ruggiero, Mason Mitchell, row 2. Andres Perez, the points leader in 5th. 3-lap dash from Iowa. Here they come to the restart line. Little bit of wheel spin there by the 18 car as Perez ducks low, but he's still inside of Zilisch. Is that of Sawalich in 1 for the battle for the lead?
You see, Zilisch gave him plenty of room. He didn't want any contact. Great corner by Zilisch.
2 to go.
I think if he can get close enough to his bumper, there will be contact.
Sawalich again holding a tighter line in the corner. Turns 3 and 4 is where the 18 has been just a little bit better in this last duration of the race. Sawalich tries to set up high. Here comes Connor Zilisch to the white flag. 1 lap to go from Iowa.
I'm not sure Sawalich is going to be close enough.
Zilisch trying to hold a pretty wheel off too, as he has been able to gap Sawalich marginally down the backstretch for the final time. For the 2nd year in a row, Pinnacle Racing Group is going to go to victory lane at Iowa. Tonight, Connor Zilisch wins his 2nd ARCA Menards Series race. Zlisch takes the Atlas 150.